Look, I'm not saying Will Levis needs to win MVP or anything, but somebody needs to give the man some flowers because, especially since he came back from injury, he's been playing really well with no help, and nobody seems to notice. Clean games, no turnovers, and still no hype. The man's giving the Titans a chance. He's the only thing giving him a chance on offense. The defense is stellar. Don't get me wrong. And still, I see people on Twitter trying to rip him because he threw a desperation garbage time interception on a Hail Mary equivalent. Come on. Let's roll that film. What do we have here? The Titans are opening the game up in empty? All right. I got to break this down for you because even though it's the first play of the game, and it's not that exciting of a play, it's really emblematic of what Will Levis is dealing with in the entire season. Let's start off by recognizing that these are 7 blockers, right? They have 2 tight ends in, both playing right tackle 2 and 3. They motion the running back out, and then he's just going to run a little flat. Calvin Ridley's going to run about a 10-yard comeback, and then I can't really tell what I believe it's Tyler Boyd is doing because he gets jammed into oblivion off the line of scrimmage and never actually gets into his route. So it's really hard for me to know what the play was. When in doubt, Levis is supposed to get the ball out to his running back, Pollard. But he's not supposed to be in doubt because he has 7 blockers. And the most that they're sending on this play is 6. So everybody should be double teamed. That being said, let's roll the film and you'll see what happens. Levis is pressured immediately and makes a bad throw while on the run. So what happens is that, look at the offensive line. Right, you've got your left guard on a defensive end. You've got your center and your right guard on a defensive tackle. You've got your right tackle with a 1,000-mile stare, like he was right there at Vietnam all over again. You've got your tight end one-on-one with a defensive tackle, and you've got a tight end one-on-one with a defensive end. It's a 4-man rush. J.C. Latham isn't really doing anything. And he doesn't need to, because he's being helped. And this is one gripe that I have with Bill Callahan. I know he's a legend. I don't think he's on the Scarnecchia level. I don't even think he's on the Howard Mudd level, but he's a very good offensive line coach. But the offensive line design here is A, dumb, and B, a misallocation of resources. J.C. Latham is your top 10 pick. He's supposed to be an awesome tackle. Titans fans never shut up about how he's supposed to be really, really good. Well, if he's really good, let him work alone. Skoronski's probably your second best offensive lineman. He's okay, a little underwhelming, but he's fine. Those 2 should be one-on-one, not your tight ends. You have your tight ends one-on-one, and guess what happens? Now, look, I'm sympathetic to the fact that the right tackle, 78, I believe it's still Petit Frere, although it shouldn't be, but they have no other option because they didn't prepare in the offseason. I have no doubt that he blew his assignment. He's not supposed to triple team a defensive tackle. He's supposed to double team. But why are you... It's a systemic problem. If J.C. Latham's one-on-one with the defensive end, it kicks Skoronski over to double team the defensive tackle with the center. And if those 2 are already double teaming the center, then why would Frere be, moving across formation to help triple or quadruple team him? If J.C. Latham's one-on-one and Skoronski's one-on-one, then you get a double team on the defensive tackle, and the tight ends can both work on Jonathan Grenard, the really good defensive end. It's just poor design. It's poor design and poor communication. Levis has to bail out of the pocket immediately, and while on the run, makes a bad throw. And it's a bad throw. It's a bad throw. But he had no time to set up, let the play develop. He had no time to set his feet. He is dealing with bad players on every level of the offense and bad play design. Here, he doesn't care he gets hit. Makes a nice check down on 3rd down. This is really positive development for him, even though it's not a very impressive play. Takes a hit to make the throw, checks the ball down on 3rd and long, and says, whatever, it's better than a sack and it's better than a jump ball. That's nice. And it gets you the first down. A little lucky it gets you the first down, but that's nice. Little play action. I know already where I want Levis to go with the ball. Will Levis has this nasty habit on rollouts where if he doesn't see something really obvious, he just tucks and runs. And here it costs him about 10, 15 yards. Right? There's your rollout, 1st and 10. Ridley is open for a 15 to 20 yard gain, and Levis doesn't make the throw. And I know it's a little muddy in between him and the receiver. There are some second-level defenders hanging around who might get a hand on it. But a 2-yard run's not helping anybody, buddy, especially when you're playing a way better football team. It's a negative run in my book. I don't like the idea. You know, Levis is a good runner, and running is a safe option when things aren't working, but I'd rather he do more. Yeah, routine screen, or swing, rather. Here they're on the option. That's kind of dumb. There's a triple option, right? He has the option to give it up the middle to number 2. Or is that Tajay Sharp? I love him. I wish he'd get more touches. Or he has the option to pitch it out to Pollard. He does neither. He runs neutral run. I don't like the play design. Nothing was really there for anybody to take. And you shouldn't be running the fucking option with Will Levis. Nobody open, nobody open. This is the kind of running I like to see. This is better. Positive run. So, he's in his pocket. He sees that the safety's crashing down on the corner. It's not there. The corner being 84 down right where the 30-yard marker is. You could have thrown the corner. It would have been a really tight fit. It'd have to be a perfect throw, and it could be picked off. So Levis does the smart thing, rolls out, buys time, realizes he's got a blocker in a lane, and gets the first down. Great vision, good run. That's the right way to handle that play. Here's a false start by the right tackle that doesn't get called. And Will Levis with a dime. This is a great ball. This is a great ball, and it's incomplete. Westbrook-Akine doesn't catch it. He probably should. Levis uses leverage perfectly. First of all, notice there are 2 downfield receivers and a dump off. It's because everybody's been left in to block. Everybody's left in to block, and the pressure still gets home. Levis has to get rid of the ball very quickly, and he has to use a creative throw. Now, this is a post, and it doesn't really work because the safety is cheating to the inside. So Levis can't lead the receiver. It's a stop route, right? The receiver is open. He's got to sit in that void in the zone and make the catch. And Westbrook-Akine just kind of misplays it, and drops the ball. Do I have the tight? I do. Look at me. I cut this up 2 days ago, so I don't remember. Yeah, that's in the hands. It's a great pass. It needs to be caught. Akine honestly should have stopped, so he didn't even need to go to the ground. It would have been a really easy big gain. That's a great throw. It's a downfield, accurate ball. Right, from the 35 to the 5, that's a great throw. This is a good throw. This is understanding leverage and trusting your receiver to go up and get it now. It's a 20-yard pass. It's it's definitely a contested catch. It's a DPI. It's a good pass, not a great pass. Perfectly placed, great leverage. It's just deciding to throw this ball it's very accurate, but it's not a wildly impressive pass just because when you throw this ball, you're saying, I need my receiver to make a play or else this is incomplete. And Calvin Ridley is a very good receiver, but that's not really how he's used. He's not a contested catch savant like a T. Higgins. He's smaller and faster. Top of his drop. Who's open? Nobody. For a second, I thought that the linebacker was a running back on a curl because nobody's open at all. There's nothing to do here, and he takes a sack, and it has nothing to do with him. Not his fault, even the slightest bit. 5 sacks in this game, none of them on Levis. It's crazy. Here is a good throw. Right? It's 1st and 15, I believe. 1st and 20. And Levis throws a stripe to the first down marker. That's a great throw. It's not even good. It's great. Watch the placement again. I'll say it once. I'll say it twice. Will Levis is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in this league. Placement's perfect. Timing's perfect. Everything worked out perfect. When you give Will Levis a little time, the man is just... He's nails. He carves people up. It's the theme of every Titans video I do. Give this guy a chance, and he does great things. Now, this play really upsets me because I've seen a particular Titans film quote-unquote analyst, whose entire shtick is just saying everything Will Levis does is bad, right? Guy throws a touchdown and, oh, well, he didn't spit on the ball properly. Here, 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, I believe, immediate pressure. Literally no time. The running back gets run through like he doesn't exist. So Will Levis is on the run from the start. Does a great job of evading him and stepping back up into the pocket. Awesome job. He obviously doesn't feel like he has a ton of time. I wonder why. And he launches the ball deep to his best receiver on a sail route. Now, that's not a catchable ball for the defensive back. The defensive back is leaping and getting part of one hand on it. Furthermore, where's he supposed to go? It's a 3-man route. You know, you've got a tight end, I believe that is, at the bottom of the screen beginning to run a route, but by the time the ball's out, it's too late. And on 3rd down, you don't have the luxury of taking a sack and waiting. So Levis just airmails it. It's a deep throw. It's inaccurate. It's a bad throw. It's a great pocket navigation. I mean, look at that. It's immediate. And there's a linebacker charging in, so he can't reset his feet. He was actually right. Right? If he resets his feet right here, he's getting crushed before the ball gets out, or as the ball gets out. And the ball's actually accurate. It's a little too far downfield, but damn, that's close. And yeah, Harrison Smith gets a pinky on it. That's not catchable in the least. So no, it's not close to interceptable in my opinion. Yes, it's into double coverage. It's a risky and probably bad decision. But nobody gets a hand on it. I mean, like, not a full hand. Harrison Smith isn't making a diving one-handed catch on a 40-yard throw. Get real. It's a bad pass. Certainly not turnover worthy. And even if it was, that's just as good. On 3rd and long, it's just as good as a very long punt. Oh no. Right? A little aborted screen, bad ball. Look at that. Blitz gets home right away. Will Levis is quicker with the throw. Will Levis is becoming a quick processor and an accurate check-down quarterback out of necessity because his offensive line is so bad. That's wonderful. Calling checks at the line, moves his running back into pass pro formation because he knows he's getting a Mike blitz. Wonderful identification, just misses the very difficult throw. And that was really the only throw he had. Nobody else was open, and he's too high. It's a bad throw, but it's a really impressive job pre-snap. Little shimmy, don't know why he did that. And then he throws the check down. Oh, I know why he threw the shimmy. He did this little shimmy because he was trying to open up one of the receivers. I can't tell from this copy. Maybe I could from the tight. Doesn't really matter. It looks like he's faking that he's going to throw to Calvin Ridley so that he gets the linebacker to bite up on him and he can throw the ball underneath to the running back, and that's exactly what he does. The throw is not particularly well placed. It could have been a lot better. It's still a routine throw. It was caught. But he took away an opportunity for Yak. It's not a running back, it's a tight end. A small tight end, but a tight end nonetheless. Little dump off, avoiding pressure, good processing. Look at this throw. Give him a clean pocket. Make a sick throw. Very solid throw, arguably great. Look at him staring down the barrel of yet another shotgun. Right? He doesn't mind if he's going to get hit. He's going to throw into that tight window with his cannon of an arm, and it's going to be awesome. Couldn't get the screen out fast enough. Maybe 6'5" Will Levis is not tall enough. He's getting balls batted. No, you just have an unblocked safety charging at him on a screen. It's a throwaway. All right, top of the drop. Westbrook Akine, yeah. but he's already being sacked. Like, you got to be able to get to the top of your drop and have a hitch before it could be your fault you get sacked. I mean, hell, I'll give the haters that one. Call that one a Will Levis sack. This one ain't. All right, it's 3rd and 15. You need something big. They've just arrived at the sticks, and he's already juking defenders out. It's plus pocket movement and a no-fault sack. What is he supposed to do? You tell me. Here's the top of your drop. You need to get to the line to gain. Where are you throwing the ball? Yeah, you don't know. I don't know either. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. There's no protection. There's no time. It's ridiculous. On some level, I also feel bad for Brian Callahan. How do you design a play when your receivers aren't getting open very well and your offensive line can't hold up under any circumstances? What do you do? Routine throw. That's the good stuff. Elite. Perfect deep ball. Top of his drop. No hesitation. Placed from God. Top of the drop. No hesitation. Boom. Yeah, the safety falls. The safety wasn't in the play anyway. That's why he fell. Perfect throw. Perfect read. Excellent job. You deserve every yard of that 98-yard touchdown, Will Levis. Protection actually holds up for once, and bang. Perfect. On the next drive, he's going to do something damn similar, too. It's just he gets called back for nothing. But not here. That's a great throw. Drops back. He's on the bottom screen hash, the right hash. He's got 2 receivers downfield, and he finds one. And he throws it with so much velocity that the cross-field outside comeback has enough time to catch the ball. I mean, this is insane velocity, and he does it while being pressured. Plus pocket movement, great throw. Great throw. Love to see it. That's a bad throw. Even if it was caught, it's still a bad throw. There's a routine throw. Nothing to it. Don't need to waste a lot of time on those. Vikings are showing the blitz. They're showing you're probably only going to run 2 or 3 guys out in the pattern. We'll only use 3 defenders. And Will Levis has the answer. I mean, this is great. Let's diagram it. So the Vikings start off by showing what Madden fans will know as Engage 8. Everybody on the line, everybody blitzing, looks like a field goal block, and then you got 3 defenders back just running cover 3 zone, cover 3 shell, so just deep thirds. But wait. This linebacker is actually going to drop back and guard middle of field. It doesn't really do a ton, but the play now functions like man with not a deep safety, but a middle of field safety. And Will Levis has got to be thinking, what, pressure? Yeah, I get that every down. And credit to Brian Callahan because they got the perfect play drawn up. Right? You just got a little screen by the receiver at the top of the screen. Screen. Bleh. You got your slot receiver running an out about 10 yards downfield. And then your primary, I believe that's your running back. I think that's Pollard, is going to be running a post. And the idea is this junction point right in here. Because when this receiver gets to the top of his route, that corner, he's going to be kind of rubbing this corner away. Because he can be basically standing still waiting for the slot to break out. And then this corner is going to get kind of picked just because he can't run through both of these guys. Let's clean it up. This linebacker's not going to be able to get deep enough, which means that Pollard's going to be wide open. And all Levis has to do is have some stones, take a hit, make a play. And that's exactly what he does. Tajay Sharp comes in and gets a blitz pickup. I mean, he kind of just hugs a defensive back, but he does it. I believe it's Skaronski. One of the guards gets just destroyed. Will Levis gets hit anyway and makes a perfect throw, so it doesn't matter. Now, is that Pollard? No, it's 80. I don't know 80. And I'm not going to learn him because he's not going to be good. I believe it's one of the interior linemen gets just run over. Right? They walk everybody down. Levis says, hey, steady, steady. We got the play. Yeah, the center doesn't get over quick enough. Skoronski passes him off. Center is a step slow. He gets just blown right through. And Van Ginkel is in Levis's lap. I mean, as he's throwing, he's being hit, and it's still a perfect ball. Elite throw, plus pocket movement, excellent downfield accuracy, excellent job handling pressure. Will Levis, the guy. And then he does that. Listen, he's not a great quarterback. He's just a solid one. And that's a lot better than most people have, but, he's not without flaws. Bad ball. Got heated up by the pressure and just put it in the ground. Right? He doesn't like it. He feels scared. Too quick. Take your time. It's a bad throw, and it's not even a plus pocket movement because he felt pressure, but it wasn't really there. Little play action sprint out. Nothing. Throw away. Smart. Right? Here's the sprint out. The idea is that everybody's going to bite on the pitch to the left. Nobody actually bit. And then here, okay, this is where he should be hitting Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. But he doesn't see him. For whatever reason, he doesn't see him. I spoke too soon. That's a bad throwaway. I understand you're afraid of the two linebackers charging at you. I understand that this play gets convoluted in the play action, but you gotta understand your concept a little bit better. When you look downfield and you see, oh, Ridley's got 3 dudes on him, the first thought has to be, there's nobody underneath. That means that Westbrook is open. And Levis just throws it away. Now look, if you're going to throw it away, that's exactly how you do it. But there was an open receiver. You should not have been throwing this away. Let's see what he's seeing. Yeah, I mean, Ikhine is in the line of vision. Maybe Levis just doesn't think he can throw to the middle of the field while being hit, and he's got scar tissue from all the pressure he's faced this year. But that's frustrating. Alas, quarterbacks miss reads all the time. It happens. It's frustrating, but it happens. Nice job to avoid pressure and throw a routine pass. Bad ball. Just gets away from him. Remember how I said Will Levis is super accurate? He's got to have time, and today he did not have time, and he is afraid of getting hit sometimes and fades away. I mean, look, he's tougher than a son of a bitch, but at a certain point, it wears on you. Even when you're 6'5" and you're jacked as hell, it doesn't feel good to get hit every play. Speaking of getting hit every play, let's see if it's Levis's fault. Where's he going? Everybody's covered. And it's 4th down even. I guess you could throw to the bottom of the screen. It's a very tough throw. It's going to have to be perfect to be caught. Guy's covered. But it could have been done. It's better than a sack, I guess. It's just really tough. Nobody's open, and he has no time. On 4th down. That's a no-fault sack. There's a positive throwaway, getting crushed on a screen pass. I mean, this Titans offense is so inept that there's just nothing he can do. Right? When given opportunities, he does well. These are all just routine. I think that this is the portion of the game that's just prevent defense. Because we're on all 22, it doesn't automatically give me the... by the way, this is another 4th down. Who's open? Nobody's open. Come on. Guy's bailing for his life. Nobody's open. He's just trying to put it up there and give somebody a play. Right? Plus pocket movement. Plus pocket movement. Yeah, throws inaccurate. It had to be perfect to be caught, and the man is literally doing a spin and running. It's not fair. It's not fair. Because we're on the all 22, it doesn't give me the plays that are called back for penalty. This is the final play of the game for all intents and purposes. It is a pick. I didn't grade this. By this point, it is garbage time. There's like 2 minutes left, and you're down by 2 touchdowns. He's just throwing it up to the deepest receiver. Yeah, it's a pick. It's a bad decision. It also doesn't matter. It's a Hail Mary. Here's that elite deep touchdown that got called back for an illegal formation play. These kinds of plays I grade because the illegal formation has nothing to do with this play. The illegal formation did not allow Will Levis to throw 60 yards downfield with perfect accuracy while being hit. Right, line of scrimmage is the 48. He drops back to about the 38. Gets right to the top of his drop, no hesitation whatsoever. Being hit as he throws, and the ball goes from the 38 to the 5. Now, I'm no math major, but 38 plus 5 seems to be about 42, and minus 100, that seems to be about 58. That is a 60-yard throw, damn near, while being hit. Nice. Let's just quickly diagram it. Screw your illegal motion, or formation, or whatever the hell. So Ikine is going deep. You're going to have tight end in motion. Once he finishes motioning, he's going to roll that into a curl. And you're going to have Boyd kind of just leak out on a drag. But the main feature, the piece de resistance, is going to be Calvin Ridley on a deep post. Now, this defense is messy. It starts off looking like single high out of a 4-3 with an over linebacker, right? So it looks like it's going to be man coverage with a single high safety, in which case you want to throw the streak to Ikine at the bottom of the screen, never the post, because the post will be running directly into the safety. But this safety is going to drop out right before the snap. And it becomes weird because I don't know what everybody's doing. It's a very exotic looking coverage. Now, look, I think it's cover 4, but it doesn't quite look like it. Harrison Smith is definitely going to be guarding deep. And I think that number 7 is also going to be guarding deep quarters. But 24 plays it like it's going to be cover 2, so I'm not totally certain, right? This guy, I don't know what he is thinking. So we'll watch and I'll explain, but the real key here is that pre-snap it looks like it's going to be middle of field closed, single high safety. Run the play. You got 24 dropping out, sorry, not 7. Now it's too high, and Levis sees this, and immediately his first thought is, I got split safeties. I'm throwing the post. And it works perfectly. Now, again, what are these safeties doing? I feel like it's supposed to be cover 4, and then there was just a miscommunication. Maybe it's a cover 6, right, where it's cover 4 at the top of the screen, and then it's like a bad cover 2 at the bottom of the screen, where 7 just never drops into his half-field zone, right? So this is what cover 6 would look like, right? Because you got cover 4 at the top half of the screen, and then cover 2 at the bottom. And this would mean that 7 has basically not done his job getting to the half field coverage, that big circle that he's supposed to be managing. Now, it could also be that it's cover 6 the opposite way, where, Harrison Smith is playing half field coverage, and then these two, Metellus and whoever that is at the bottom of the screen, are supposed to be playing cover 4 quarters, and then the bottom of the screen corner just blew his assignment and never got deep enough. It's hard to tell. All we know is that after the disguise fell away, it ended up being a middle of field open play, which means the post is the perfect pass. And Levis takes a hit to make the perfect throw to score a touchdown. Except he didn't, because somebody lined up about a foot too far into the backfield or something like that. For those of you who are new here, I always try to go hard on the quarterbacks that I like more than most people like, and I always try to go easy on the quarterbacks that I'm harsher on than most. That's why I altered my chart during the making of this video. I found 1 sack out of the 5 that I thought I could see how somebody who didn't like Will Levis would say that's his fault. So I gave him a negative sack. That being said, the man was great. A minus game, not the best accuracy. Probably his worst accuracy game of the year, right? He had a lot of like 3 or 4 missed throws that just like there was no excuse. He just missed. He also had a couple of bad throws under pressure. But the decision making was pretty good. He did not put the ball in harm's way. Like I said at the beginning of the video, he's got the one interception, and it was with a minute or two left, down 2 touchdowns, throwing what amounts to a Hail Mary. I don't care. I didn't grade that. I'm not ever going to grade that for any quarterback. Game was over. That leaves him with 3 out of 4 on deep shots. Stellar. 3 elite throws, 1 called back, would have been a touchdown, but somebody lined up like a foot offsides or something. 3 great throws, 3 solid throws, 10 routine easy throws, 9 bad ones. So again, not the most accurate performance of his life, but accurate enough. He had the 1 throwaway I did not like, and then he had the other throwaway, which was fine. He had 1 positive run and 3 runs that I did not like. Bad runs, bad ideas to run, and poorly executed. And he was, he was avoiding blitzers constantly. At a certain point, you become numb to how often the guy's evading pressure. I give him a solid A minus, borderline A performance. He went toe to toe with what I think is a top 3 team in the NFL, the Vikings, and he absolutely kept the Titans in the game, or at least did everything that was in his power to do so. Somebody give this guy some credit. Somebody give this guy some help. I mean, Calvin Ridley's good, and he's playing good, and I actually kind of like Westbrook Akine. He can definitely start on a lot of teams. But the offensive line is so bad, and the play calling because of the offensive line is nonsensical. Even when things are well schemed up, he's got 3 receivers in a pattern, and it's just not a recipe for success long term. I'm not saying Will Levis has been great this year. He has a 2.55 GPA, and that puts him like right at a B. Solid starting quarterback. Kirk Cousins caliber quarterback. Now, Will Levis gets there in a very different route, right? He's very explosive, lots of crazy turnovers, lots of awesome big plays. Not the consistency of a Kirk Cousins, but I think that Will Levis is an above average starter in this league, and he's proven it this year despite really bad circumstances. God forbid they find a right tackle worth a damn. Like, I'm talking like a good backup right tackle is all they need to really revamp this offensive line. So God forbid they get a starter at right tackle. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we can really see what Will Levis can do. But if he keeps playing like this, they're going to win a couple games, and hopefully that's enough to buy him another year in a weak quarterback draft, because right now, and it's early, it's way too early. I've done so little research. That'll all come in February and January. But right now, the only quarterback I like better than Levis is Drew Aller. And I don't know if he's even coming out. And I don't know if he's going to be there when the Titans draft. So, things are looking up for Levis. Hopefully public perception matches. He's playing really well right now. He's stopped the rookie mistake turnovers that he had early in the year. He's gotten a lot quicker getting the ball out. He's handling pressure a lot better. And the deep ball is back, baby. So hopefully it stays. And hopefully he can continue to improve. If you like the video, hit the bell, give me a like, and let me know what you guys think of the background music. I'm going to make this one without it because I made the last few with it. Yay? Nay? What do you think? Different song? Give me suggestions. Let me know. All right. Hasta.